going to be stepping down and touch, and then bring that arm all the way back, opening up your core. So you're going to be coming down, opening up your core, going 10 and 10. Good, keep going. How hot is it in Hawaii?
Hey, Simple Passive Cashflow listeners. Today, we're not going to talk too much about real estate or investing. As you guys know, the secret, another part of wealth is fitness, being healthy. And I've got my buddy Jeff McMahon here. Yeah, Jeff put me through a workout a little while ago, online workout. You guys can check that out, simplepassivecashflow.com/fitness. I'll post the video up there if you guys want to watch me roll around and sweat for 30 minutes. I got turned on to this whole concept of working out online with a trainer in front of me after, as I mentioned, I've been going to the trainer this year because, I've always been into fitness, but recently, when I was in college, I would go to the gym like every day, but, recently, your challenges in the time come up, and it just becomes more of a accountability thing and pushing yourself and making the best of the 30 minutes instead of the 2 hours at the gym. So that's kind of what Jeff does. He kind of puts you through a session, and I like how you corrected form in that session, Jeff. So maybe talk a little about your program and, kind of the people you're working with, because I think that this is definitely cutting edge, and a lot of you guys who are busy professionals should probably watch this, or maybe not watch me work out, but go to check it out for a little bit.
But understand the concept of it.
Yeah, because at first I wasn't too keen on it, but I was like, wow, I can really see this helping a lot of people. So that's why I'm bringing it on today.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on your show, Lane. I'm super honored to be here. What I do, everyone, is I do virtual fitness training with live sessions, via Zoom or Skype or FaceTime, whatever video platform the customer prefers. And I got into it because my mom had a stroke and lost use of the left side of her body. So with doing therapy with her, she asked how I could help out with her other friends that couldn't make it to physical therapy because of their stroke. So we did this for about 3 months, and then she's like, you should see if you can do this with your clients. And that kind of spawned the idea of working with my clients to do virtual, so that way they can be home, like you said, save time, still have that same accountability, because you are looking for someone else to be in the meeting. It's not just a YouTube video that I send you. It's a live workout that I'm correcting form, taking you through the tempo, making sure you're doing the exercises correctly, answering your questions, making sure you're getting the results you want to get in a proper amount of time, not 2 hours or, sitting in traffic and all that kind of stuff. So been doing this for virtual over 4 years now. Got people all over the world in Dubai, England, Philippines, Puerto Rico, Canada, all across the United States. And, it's just really revolutionized the way fitness is going, because technology allows us, with our busy lives, to still be able to have our health, because that's our ultimate wealth, as they always like to say.
All right, there, you got it right. I was lost for it. I think what the amazing thing is, like, we had our appointment at noon, and here I am, I'm typing along, I'm doing my work. And then I just moved my laptop over there and just started working out with you. And then 30 minutes later, I moved my laptop back, and I was right in. I mean, cut out all the time to put on. I didn't even put on shoes, I think.
You didn't need to put on shoes.
Getting in the car, traveling on a gym, getting a parking space, all that got cut out. It was just literally 25 minutes of working out, and I was back to what I was doing. So that was like, wow, that was, just got back so much time there.
Yeah, that's the definition of accountability and convenience mixed in together.
Yeah, so you work with a lot of, entrepreneurs, busy people, a lot of high net worth people too. What are some insights that you're kind of seeing from, their lifestyle, because as you interact with them 30 minutes to an hour a day, in time?
Yeah. Yeah, I work with a lot of online people like Pat Flynn, John Lee Dumas, Amy Porterfield, Dana Mulstaff, Rich Brooks, a lot of people that have big companies and, are constantly busy. The three things that they always seem to needing help with, as I've noticed, is things like morning routine, how to have energy throughout the day, and what they should be doing to help stay focused so they can reach their goals both in their health and in their business as well. I mean, what we do in our workouts translate to how they feel on stage in front of 5,000 people. It then translates to how confident they are going into business meetings and doing deals, knowing that, they feel good on the inside, which will portray into their attitude on the outside stuff. So it's not always just about six packs and how to look good. It's about the feeling, the confidence, and the energy that they have to be more productive, get more things done, increase their revenue, all that kind of stuff. So it's little hacks that which we'll go through some of them today to, sleep better, have a better morning routine, like how to get going so your brain is functioning at its peak.
Yeah, and we'll get kind of rolling through these, and people can pick up tips here and there, because information is always a little hard to find out these days. What is the real thing to do? Because a lot of these fake news. But I think what's important is this is if you want the minimum effective dose for fitness, this is it. I think this is awesome for guys who just had kids stuck at home. Just put on a laptop, put the kid in the crib. I don't know. I'm just saying. I've never done it before, but I'm thinking that's how it works. But how do we go through some of these topics? Maybe we can just have a discussion back and forth.
Yeah.
First off here, people ask about morning routines. What's your thoughts there?
Yeah, the morning routine always wants to start with liquid, so some sort of water. Your body's dehydrated as you're sleeping for 7-8 hours a night. So what it's craving is to rehydrate your organs. So to jumpstart your metabolism, get your body feeling amazing, you want to do, a slice of lemon, fresh lemon in your water with a little teaspoon or half a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, which will give you the vitamins and minerals that your body depletes as you sleep, as you sweat, things like that. So the lemon will help jumpstart your liver to boost up your lymphatic system, which is how you flush out toxins. That's why when you wake up, you want to drink, because that as you go to the bathroom, you're flushing out all those toxins that your body is getting rid of as you're sleeping, as it's repairing itself. And then you want to get a little bit of sunlight, between 5 and 10 minutes of just letting the sun beat on you, whether you're outside or there's little cool headphones you can get that will shoot light into your ears and give you your circadian rhythm that way. And then the last part is movement that you want in the morning. And I just tell my people to do 3 things: do a downward dog, do a cobra, and stretch their hamstrings by bending over, touching toes. If you do those 3 things, that's usually what you're going to be tight with while you sleep, as your body contorts and is locked in these positions. So downward dog, cobra position, and hamstring stretch would be the 3 most beneficial ones to feel loose and refreshed and get ready in the morning. So that's total of all 3 of those is about 10 minutes between the water, the sun, and the movement.
So I'm not really a morning person, and I'm pretty useless when I wake up. So what if I don't want to wield a knife in the morning and I just want to use the lemon juice? And
that's fine. If it's the concentrate and it's already done for you, it's the same thing.
Right. It's an acidic thing is what counts.
It's the citric acid, that's in there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to wield it.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to find the minimum effective dose, because for what I found, a lot of people, if you don't make it easy, a lot of people just don't do it. It's the thing.
Well, and you say you're not a morning person. In understanding how your body wakes up, you want to sleep for a minimum of 6 hours a night. If you're looking to lose weight or transform your body in some sort, you want to get 7.5 or 9 hours of sleep a night. Your body sleeps an 1.5-hour intervals. So when you wake up at the end of an interval is when it's at its lightest amount of sleep. So you wake up feeling refreshed, not groggy, hitting the snooze alarm, things like that. So time yourself when you go to sleep to either, if you're bare minimum, at least 6 hours, optimum 7.5 to 9 hours. because your body, that's when it burns the most fat as while it's sleeping. That's when it repairs itself. That's when it gives you energy for the next day by doing that at nighttime. So know that when you're going to sleep, you'll wake up in the morning a heck of a lot more refreshed.
Yeah, a lot of the health hackers out there are saying you need like 5.5 sleep cycles, and they have this sleep app out there that uses the microphone to monitor your sleep cycle. I don't know how the heck that works if you sleep with 2 or 3 people and a dog. What's your thoughts on that stuff? Yeah, does that work or?
Yeah, where you have like your phone underneath your pillow and it's supposed to wake you up when you're at your lightest sleep. It works to an extent. Try it. I mean, usually the apps are like $2 or $3, so it's not a huge investment to try. But yeah, basically the jarring sound of alarm is usually very startling and alerting to someone, versus these apps that usually have a more calming way to wake you up, so you're not disheveled when you're trying to wake up in the morning and go. But if you plan how you're going to sleep and how early to go to bed, your morning will seem a lot easier to get up.
Yeah, I'll put that link to the one that I'm gonna try, that sleep app for your folks. I think that's kind of neat. I mean, that's what $2, a good use of $2 is for, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be something to try out for sure.
So I usually wake up, I ride my bike to work in the morning, because again, I've heard of that too. You need to get that jolt of, get your heart rate up to like 140, 160 real quick. Doesn't need to stay there too long, but get it up there. And then my buddy, he does like a morning routine of meditation out in the morning sun when it's not that intense. And like, so I guess that's how he checks the box with that 10 minutes of sunlight.
Yeah.
Move away from Seattle is another tip I have.
Yes, Seattle would be bad.
But I get to work, and then that's when I hit up my my butter bulletproof coffee there. Is that the right time to drink that first coffee, or?
Yeah, you want to have coffee a minimum of 60 minutes after you wake up. The reason is because the caffeine is going to jolt your system, but again, your body is craving water and rehydration. If you're giving it caffeine, which is a dehydrating liquid, it will counter effect it. You'll feel a little jolted, but body's going to want more and more of it. So do it between 60 to 70 minutes after you wake up, after you've had a whole 12 ounces of water. Then coffee is definitely a good thing. I do it in the morning as well, about an hour after I wake up.
Yeah, I've heard before, you can do like a cortisol test, and you want to do a triple point where you do it in the morning, midday, and evening. Ideally, you want to have your cortisol be high in the morning, jolted with the caffeine, and then kind of titrate down through the end of the day. So at the end of the day, you're winding down, you're sleepy, and you go to sleep. I think most hardworking, crazy people are like the opposite. They just are low in the morning and then titrate up, which is opposite what you want. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to fix that, but that's the wrong.
Yeah, because cortisol is your stress hormone. It's released based on stress. And so many people, when they go to bed, have their mind running 1,000 miles an hour, that they're like, I can't sleep because I keep thinking about all this stuff. And a quick way to help relieve that is to write stuff down. So if you have a journal like I do, the Freedom Journal, or some sort of journal that you can do every day, when you write stuff down, A, you're 67% higher chance of doing that thing, and B, it releases the tension of you thinking you have all this overwhelming stuff, because now you can see it in front of you and plan a use of attack. So now you're planning versus reacting. And when you plan and execute, you eliminate that stress because you're not having to react to situations.
All right. David Allen, the getting things done guy, he has this saying where your mind is meant to kind of do things, not hold on to things. So as soon as you can record something, which is a big step in the system, however you want to do it, electronically, Google Keep, on a notepad. Tyler Shelf from Cashflow Guys, he has this hack of this, that Write in the Rain notebook where he actually leaves it in his shower so he can write down notes.
Oh, okay.
A lot of good ideas. Kind of expensive notebook, $6 to $10, but
yeah.
I mean, people got the money out there.
And it's just, I do it on my phone if I'm in my car, or else I'll do the journal in the morning and night just to help with the brain, so I know I can go to sleep, be relaxed, and then wake up knowing what I'm going to do in the morning to execute.
Yeah. So some other sleep tips, since you know, people need at least that 6 hours.
At least 6 hours. Yeah. Third sleep tip would be to have a tablespoon of raw honey before bed, which sounds kind of weird, but your brain needs energy to repair itself. And the one fuel source you can give it that is natural and healthy would be raw honey. So just a tablespoon before bed will actually give your brain more energy to utilize and repair itself so it's better in the morning.
Yeah, and I think Tim Ferriss also mentioned that one, and he puts this thing in here, the Douglas
Fir spring.
Tastes like
Okay.
drinking a Christmas tree. I'm not too keen on. I tried it out. I'll put a link to this in Simple Passive Cashflow /fitness along with the sleep app, but it's okay. Some people might really like it, but yeah, he said the honey thing too.
The honey thing helps your brain when you're going to bed for sure.
Yeah, yeah. What's your thoughts on turning off the cell phone? Is that a big deal with all the Bluetooth running around the house and the Wi-Fi, or is that
It is. I mean, there's definitely research going on that brain cancer is going to be probably the #1 death recurrent for the future of our generations because of all the Bluetooth and electromagnetic fields that are out there, EMFs. So turn your phone on Wi-Fi off so that's on airplane mode. I mean, how often do you really get phone calls at night anywhere that are so important that you have to answer them while you're sleeping? Not that often. You know, don't sleep with the TV on. Try to keep your room as dark as possible just because you want your body to know that it's nighttime, to know that it's time to go to sleep. And every little, even like alarm clock, I would face away from your bed versus even facing towards you if you use an alarm clock. But yeah, the EMF thing is definitely getting more and more research and more back into its severity of damage to our brains.
All right. Yeah. The argument against that is, what if we are going to miss out on the next North Korea strike against Hawaii with the missile again? That whole Hawaii missile crisis. But
yeah,
I'm getting through that. I turn my phone off.
Yeah, and in doing so, I mean, that's the big thing. Other than that, you know, the companies aren't making this stuff to kill you. They're making this stuff to be more beneficial. So the years, it'll get better throughout the next few years anyway.
Right. So that kind of runs us to, you know, what's the best workout to get in shape for the guy who's just got, you know, 1 hour a day or 30 minutes every couple days? You know, what's the best interval? What's the minimum that someone needs to be going, and what should they be doing?
Minimum, it should be 30 minutes. Maximum, you don't really need to go more than an hour, but the 30 minutes, you can really be effective with it because, again, working out is heart strength as well as body strength. So it's all about how you can get the heart rate going, doing different exercises. And if you want to be efficient, you know, unless you want to be a bodybuilder, you don't need to break your body up into chest day and then here's leg day and here's back day. Like, that's literally just for bodybuilders or sport specific people trying to build up as much bulk as possible. If you want to just be healthy, be toned, be lean, and look good in your clothes and feel good, then, you know, total body workouts are going to be amazing for you. I do the program Optimum Performance Training where we have like stability week, then we do strength week, then we do power week, and then we finish with cross training. Then we repeat the cycle, you know, doing new exercises each time, improving the body totally so you can get the most efficient workouts all the time. But yeah, you want to be doing total body workouts, getting your heart rate up, getting a good sweat on, because the whole point of working out is to increase your muscle strength and also increase your heart strength.
So how many days a week would you say that would go for?
I love the phrase live life in the majority. So if you want to be healthy, you want to be active at least 4 days a week. You want to be eating healthy at least 4 days a week. So the days that you aren't totally damaging your body, you're not going to, you know, gain a whole bunch of weight or anything like that, because the majority of the time you're being healthy, you're being active. Now, that doesn't always mean you have to do weights. You could, you know, go for a walk, you could go swimming, you could do, you know, an aerobic class or something like that. It doesn't have to literally be lifting weights every It's just, that's what marketing and the norm is. People go to a gym and lift weights, but I come to my basement, or I'll go for a walk with the family, or today I'm gonna go play lacrosse with my kids this afternoon. Like, it just has to be some activity where your body is out and being active, getting that heart rate up.
Right. And that's the thing. You gotta kind of trick yourself into getting that active rest or making it fun too. And I think at the end of the day, I mean, I'll be honest, everybody just wants to look good naked.
Yeah. And that's going to come, you're always going to gain or lose weight based on food. So if you want to change how your weight is and how your dress size is and that kind of stuff, that all comes from food. And the working out just makes you toned and lean. So when you do lose the weight, you look good naked, you feel strong, you fill those clothes the way you want to fill them. It comes from the working out. But nutrition is always more important than the exercises are.
Yeah. So, other than the majority of the days, the minority of the time, and you want to let loose and you want to party a little bit, any tips there? Any special drink concoctions?
Alcohol is always a big question I get from a lot of people is, what drinks can I have, things like that. Know this when you're drinking. Your body has to break down the calories from the alcohol first before it breaks down any food you have with the alcohol. So let's say you're watching football and you have 5 beers at 100 calories each. So that's 500 calories your body has to break down of beer before it breaks down any of the chicken wings or nachos or things like that you're eating along with them. So if you're going to be drinking alcohol, stick to cleaner, lighter foods like clean proteins, light salads, easy snacks. Don't get, bread and chips and things like that. The better alcohols to have would be red wine, clear liquors, or some sort of light beer that would be lower calories. Or if you're just going to have one drink a day, that's not the end of the world. You can have whatever you want. But if you're going to be partying and stuff, I always joke around. I'm like, just drink more and pass out, so that way you're not up late eating crap food that's going to just regret in the morning.
You can't go Jack in a Box after Taco Bell.
Yeah. Can't do that when that's why you're hungry, is because you're just awake longer. You're up later, you're partying. That's why your body wants food, because normally you'd be asleep. So yeah, have fun, do it on that, but just know the next morning, get right back into eating healthy again, having, back to your routine. I go out, I party, my wife and I'll do a wine tasting, have bottles of wine and go to sleep. But the next morning I'm back to my bulletproof coffee, staying hydrated, having healthy meals throughout the day. It's just the majority of the time you're being healthy. The times that you're bad, your body will flush it out, if you know what I'm saying, and it won't be bad.
Yeah. So
it won't ruin your goals. I'll put it that way.
A few drinks when I was doing CrossFit, they would say to do is, like you said, the clear liquid would be like tequila and soda water, and then some lemon juice, just to make a real plain drink. None of that sugary stuff.
Right.
Exactly. The old NorCal margarita. And a lot of guys who would work out apparently like the old Michelob Ultra, low in carbs or something like that.
Yeah, Mick Ultra, Miller Lite's trying to compete, saying they're under 100 calories now and 2.9 grams of carbs. But it just depends. Some people just have one beer and enjoy it. Like, a lot of microbreweries are popping up now, and people drink them just to enjoy one of them. That's not going to kill you, whatever it is. If it's just one, if you're having more than one, yes, the Mick Ultras and that kind of stuff. But the problem is they're so low that their alcohol percentage is low. So you're having like 10 of them to get drunk anyway. So it's the same thing as might as well just having one of the other ones.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I guess it makes sense to just have one 12% impure IPA or something like that.
Right. And enjoy it and then be done versus, having 8 to 10 beers of something else.
Yeah. I mean, here's one that might be a little controversial for some folks, but I'm just going to say it because a lot of people are doing it, not myself, but people are doing like the CBD or the marijuana, I don't know, brownie or something like that, or smoking it, because it is legal in a lot of states. In your opinion, is that healthier than, if your buddies come over, you have a party? I mean, that's what people were doing in Seattle. They have a nice, adult get together, and somebody will bring like, edibles. It's just,
edibles and pot
it's kind of,
brownies.
I mean, up there, it's sort of really accepted, which is really strange since I was a child of the 1980s. But what's your thoughts? I mean, is it better than alcohol?
Um, there's different ulteriors, I guess. So like marijuana with THC in it will paralyze your brain cells versus killing them like you do with alcohol. So in that essence, it's better. But if you're smoking marijuana, then you're inhaling and damaging your lungs. So that's why they're switching to these edibles and stuff. I mean, there's a lot less drunk driving and accidents from marijuana versus alcohol. Alcohol is more accepted at, parties and bars and get-togethers and things like that. Than because I'm in Ohio and our state does not have marijuana being legal yet. So, so that aspect of it, it's about the same. It's an escape from, your your stress and reality and things like that. That's why a lot of people enjoy alcohol and or marijuana at parties. But health wise, yes, technically marijuana only paralyzes your brain cells versus killing them. So on that aspect, it's a little bit better, and it's a lot less damage to your liver than what alcohol would do.
Yeah. Of course, we're not doctors or anything like that, guys. So kind of relax there.
Yeah,
But
I'm not officially saying that. I'm just
a
answering
couple,
the
just a couple guys talking, and Jeff's kind of in that fitness industry, and yeah, we'll leave it at
But
that.
so yeah. Anyway, but yeah, and then CBD oil is becoming really popular for anxiety and joint pain. It's there's not enough research to know how well it is doing, but yeah, it's helping a lot of people with multiple sclerosis and cystic fibrosis. They're trying to do studies on, the typical CEO and those kinds of people in the C level, like how to keep their stress down so they have healthier, less heart attacks and less stress and things of that nature. So I'm anxious to see what the research will prove for that one.
Yeah. I mean, the whole marijuana industry is kind of taking off, and we're all trying to invest in it some way or another, whether it be industrial warehouse space or investing in the actual companies. But I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just a bunch of potheads, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, this stuff is kind of neat. All this newer stuff that was once taboo, but I mean, that's the weird thing, that alcohol is just really socially accepted, but it just tears you up inside.
Yeah, and it can be extremely devastating. What if you get hit by a drunk driver? I mean, there's so many bad things that can happen with alcohol, but Uber helps with that. So if you are going to drink, make sure you Uber it someplace. But yeah, it's just more socially accepted. That's all.
Yeah. All right. Any kind of insights that you can offer, busy professionals here at home or listening in, that you kind of take away from your clients as best practices overall?
Yeah, the best practices is to set up goals that you want and make them specific. Like, I want to lose 10 pounds of fat and fit into, this outfit or whatever. Or I want to do some event like run a 5K in under 30 minutes. Like, something very specific always helps with all of my clients to get where they want to be. Because then when you do it, you feel that much more accomplished versus just, oh, I'm working out, but there's no end goals. So you're just, it's almost pointless to do it. You feel discouraged and you're not going anywhere, just spinning wheels. And then second is, it's going to be, a marathon, not a sprint. So be consistent, try to get at least 3 days in, if not 4 days a week of working out or being active, and know that, you're alive for 70 or 80 years. Just because these ads say, get a 6-pack in 6 weeks. Awesome. What are you going to do in the next 3,200 weeks that you're still alive? Like, you got to be consistent and make it a lifestyle versus just doing a fad diet, this keto thing, or, paleo or whatever. Find something that you can stick with forever and enjoy how you feel afterwards.
Yeah. I think you brought up a good point. The whole having a reason why to do it. It's just like when I have calls with people and we're talking about finances, a lot of times it'll be, I just had a family, or I just changed jobs, or this changed for me. And there's a reason why I need to buy rental properties and, get into deals. Something I realized in my own fitness, why I've been personally struggling, is I just don't have a good reason to do it these days. To 10 years ago, it was like, well, you know, all my friends are jacked and we all go to the gym, and that's, you know, I don't want to be the last person out. So that was a
Yeah.
good reason to do it. But of course, that doesn't happen when you actually grow up.
And have job and responsibilities.
Right. I mean, a lot of people do the whole Spartan race thing. I think that's a late 20s kind of a last hurrah thing in the fitness scape.
Yep.
But, you know, for the most of us in our 30s, 40s, and 50s, it's like there really isn't a good reason why to do it. I mean, me personally, that's what I struggle with. There's really no reason to do it, and it's something, you know, like, if you guys have figured it out,
Well,
let me
the
know.
reason not to do it is got to be worse than the reason to do it. So not to do it means your heart's going to get weaker sooner. You're not going to be able to, you know, live as long as everyone else does. And if you build a family, kids, and that kind of stuff, what kind of role model are you setting for those children to, you know, do you want them to be overweight? Let's say if you were 50 pounds overweight, do you want your daughter to be overweight and being picked on in school and stuff? Or should you teach her a healthy lifestyle so she can grow up and, you know, wear what she wants to wear, be, you know, healthy, and, you know, live a long, healthy life to have her kids, and so on and so forth. So doing it always should be the betterment of how you want to be better, but then also what kind of role model can you be for other people?
Right. All right. Well said, Jeff. So we'll put a bunch of links to what we talked about here at Simple Passive Cashflow /fitness. And if you guys want to get in contact with Jeff, I mean, what's the best way to get in contact with you, Jeff, and maybe go through a free session or something like that, or get?
Yeah. Always go to my website, which is totalbodyconstruction.com. There's a calendar on there to book a free assessment. It is not a sales assessment. It is just a health assessment to let you know where you are with your health, your goals, and let me answer your questions. You know, if after that you want to, you know, set up another free, no obligation workout, that is always up, an option after that. And then you can decide if virtual training is for you and, you know, you like to save time, have someone hold you accountable and get you your results.
Yeah. And if you guys, again, you want to check out me rolling around, Jeff yelling at me. Yeah, he's pretty nice about it.
I was nice about it.
Yeah, check that link out, Simple Passive Cashflow /fitness, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
So as we're standing here with your right foot, you're going to be stepping down and touch, and then bring that arm all the way back, opening up your core. So you're going to be coming down, opening up your core, going 10 and 10. Good, keep going. How hot is it in Hawaii?
Oh, it's like 80, low 80s.
Does it stay like that all year round?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Now switch and go left leg. So coming through with lefty. Open up and come back down. Good. How's your podcast going?
Oh, that one I usually record in the mornings.
Is it a half hour or how long do you do it?
I try and keep it under half an hour.
You got one more? Good. Now we're going to do 2 shoulder taps to a push-up. So you're going to look like this. Coming down to the ground. You're going to 1, 2, 2. Drop down for a push-up. 1, 2, 2. Drop down for a push-up. We're going to go 10 reps. So 2 on each shoulder and then a push-up 10 times. Good. You're on 6 out of 10, big guy. Last one. Good. Now just stay there on the floor lane. You're going to put your feet up on the couch and you're going to come up, touch toes, come back down. Come up, touch toes, come back down. Digging your heels into the couch and going 15 reps. There we go, 15. So was the Spartan race this morning, or she was just practicing?
Oh, it actually got canceled.
Oh. So no Spartan race.
All upset, and they had their own unofficial one.
Okay.
I think it was just an excuse to do a potluck.
Gotcha. 2 more. Good, and drop. Now going on to your side, you're going to be bringing your elbow underneath and tucking up with your top leg, 10 reps. So your hips in the air, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3 for 10, and then switch sides and go 10 more on the other side. So the top leg comes in towards this elbow, 10 reps. Good. Squeeze all those muscles on the right side of your core, working those abs. Good, and then switch over and go 10 on the other side. Good. So what's your day-to-day job since you do podcasting on the side?
I'm an engineer.
Engineer, okay. What kind of engineering?
Like civil, a lot of like pavement.
Gotcha. Now stand it up. Now this time, instead of lunging forward, you're gonna be lunging sideways. So with your right leg, you're gonna be lunging down, bring the knee up in the air. Lunge down, bring the knee up in the air. Boom, good. That left leg stays straight, so you're coming down and bring it up. You're on 5 out of 10. Good, keep going. And good, switching sides. So with lefty coming through and up, through and up. You're at 7 out of 10, buddy. Last one. Now, do you need water? You okay?
Good.
All right, now we're gonna be going dip. So if you can do them on the couch or a chair or whatever, you're gonna have one leg up in the air, one leg down, and be coming dipping through, 10 reps, and then switch feet, and you're gonna go 10 more. So one leg's up in the air, there you go. Drive with those wrists, really squeeze the back of those triceps. Now switch sides, other foot. When you're ready, 10 more. And good, drop down to the floor lane. So now this time we're going to be on your elbows and toes in a plank, and we're pretend like we're pulling rope to your chest, 10 reps on each arm. So you're going to be in a plank like this, and you're going to pull a rope, pull a rope, pull a rope, pull a rope, 10 times on each side. Just keep those hips down, champ. There we go. Make sure you're squeezing your abs. You're on 7 out of 10. Good. Now laying down on your back lane, we're going to have your hands under your hips, and you're going to be coming up and down for 15 leg lifts. If that's easy, you can put them behind your head. So this is leg lifts coming up and down. If that's easy, you can put your hands behind your head and make it tougher. 15 reps. Good. Keep those feet flexed. So you want to flex them. Don't point them, but flex your feet. That'll pull the abs from your belly button and below to really tighten up all of your core. Keep those feet flexed. There we go. And 15. Good. Stay on the floor. Catch your breath. I'm going to demonstrate as you're resting. This time we're going to be doing a push-up to a full rotation and then coming through. So you're going to look like this. In a push-up position, coming down, swing it all the way up, come back down, swing it all the way up. So feet are shoulder width apart. As you come down, you're going to swing up in the air and come back down. We're going to go 6 on each side, Lane. So 6 and 6.
So push up in the middle.
Push up in the middle and lifting one arm up in the air, 6 and 6. And good. Last ones. Good. Now with your little stepper there, we're going to be going running up and down on it 4, followed by 2 split lunges. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to use a Bosu, but you use your stepper. And you're going to be going 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then coming back up. 1, 2, and then coming back down. So 4 on there, 4 split lunges. We're going to do that 5 reps. So catch your breath when you're ready.
Use this pillow. It's the only good thing it's used for.
Gotcha. Now jump squat. Boom, 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 boom. Then coming back up. And then coming through. Good, back up on the pillow. This is rep 3 out of 5. And coming back down lunges. Good, round 4. Coming down lunges. And last ones. Now going lunges. And good. You need water? You okay?
I got some water.
All right.
All right.
All right, so coming back to the next part, what we're going to be doing is feet are going to be on the couch. We're going to be going Spider-Man. So as you come down into a push-up, your elbow is going to touch your knee this way. So you're going to be like this with your feet up on the couch. And you're going to come down and back up. Down, back up. 4 on one side, and then switch 4 on the other side. So 4 and 4 coming through. So do a push-up as you're going down and up, though. There we go. And then you got 4 on the other side. And then turn sideways for 10 burpees, but the way I do them is you always want to land with your feet flat. So as you're in a push-up position and you come down, you want to land with your feet apart and flat. Too many people, when they do burpees, go like this. They land on their toes, and it destroys their knees. So when you're in a flat, it's going to be working the thighs more to come through. So you're coming down, up, and up, come back down, up, up, 10 reps. So laying with your feet apart and flat. Good, back down. Good. You're on 8 out of 10. And last one. Good, now catch your breath with me going to ice skater. So staying on the right side, you're gonna be jumping to your left, coming through ice skater, coming through ice skater. So you're gonna go side, get your chest down so you're going towards the floor, 10 on each foot. So jump and touch, there we go. Get low, try to touch the ground with your hands. That way you're forcing through your thighs. So you're coming and touching, coming and touching. Your back leg can touch. Your back leg can touch the ground. Just jumping across. Then good, keep going. Last ones, lefty and righty. Now dropping down for bicycles. So knee to elbow gonna be here, coming through. 20 on each side, so 40 altogether, however you want to count it. So extend those legs, extend, full extension, there we go. There we go. And stop staying down. You're gonna lift your shoulders off the floor, flex your toes, and then try and touch. And you're gonna squeeze all in your abs. So it's like a reverse plank with your legs straight, feet flexed, hands up. Try and touch your toes and hold. So laying down, you wanna feel it in your abs. Flex those feet, don't point them, but flex, there we go. And now you should, every time you up, hold, hold. Just squeeze the hell out of those abs. Staying tight, like someone's stepping on your stomach. Hold it tight. Hold. Good, one more. Big hold it, fight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now sitting up on your butt, we're gonna be touching through feet either side. So feet don't touch the ground. One foot's gonna be against the other. You can put your hands here, here, wherever you're comfortable, but you're gonna touch, 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 touch. 10 on each leg, extending, one foot touches inside, and then you switch, and it's all stabilizing on your core as you come in one side to the other. So, 10 on each side, when you're ready. Good, now we're gonna put your right foot forward and your left knee back, so you're gonna look like this. You're gonna jump up and then come back down into this position. So you're gonna come up, jump, come back down. Come up, jump, come back down 10 times and then switch to your other foot and the same thing on the other side. So 10 and 10. Come up, boom, and then go back down. Good, bring that left knee up though, so as you're coming up, bring it up. There we go, and then back down. Much better. Push all the way through that right leg. Focus on your right heel as you're pushing, so you're driving all through this right heel. This is 9 out of 10. And switch, other side. Same thing, so coming down, jump up, get down to the floor, all the way down, and all the way back up. Whole body, make it work. Good, you're on 6, we got 4 more. 2 more. Last one. Good. Now grab water if you need it. And I'm going to be coming down for doing plank up and downs, working those triceps, followed by tricep push-ups. So it's going to be like this. On your toes and elbows, you're going to be coming up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. You're going to be going through 10 reps of that, and then we're going to turn your hands outward for 10 tricep push-ups. So going up and down on the plank first, being on your toes and elbows. Good, just make sure those hips are flat, buddy. Don't rise your butt up. There we go. Last one. Good, now right there, laying, you're gonna turn your hands out. So lay completely flat on your stomach and have the palms right by your chest. And you're gonna be coming up, boom, and back down. Boom, so your elbows hug your side. So your elbows are hugging, you're gonna feel it all back here in your triceps. 10 reps. Good. Get that full extension of working those triceps. 7, keep going. Last one. Boom, now we're gonna be going to quad pet or bird pose, however you call it. You're gonna be extending out and open, and then bring it in and touch in the middle. So your elbow touches, and then you extend. So like front view is as your extension, your elbow's gonna touch your knee, and then extend back out. So it's your right arm, followed by your left leg, or vice versa, your left arm with your right leg coming in and out. 10 on each side when you're ready. There we go. Last one lane, good, switch, other side. And 10, good. Now we're gonna be going through, so hands gonna be out. You're gonna, as you come up and push up, come in and go right back out again. So it's gonna look like this. Hands on the floor, push up position. You're gonna start with your hands together. You're gonna go out, in, in. 10 times. Come through, out and in for 10. Good. You're on 7 out of 10, buddy. Last one. Good, then we're gonna be standing up, going through with the single leg squat to finish. So one leg is in the air, and you're gonna come all the way up, sit back down. All the way up, sit back down. Try not to use this leg at all. Going for 10 reps, followed by 10 on the other side. Go whenever you're ready. Boom, good. Six, keep going. Two more, and then we're gonna switch feet. And swap it, other side. Very good. What kind of breed is your dog?
He's like a Dachshund pit bull mix.
Oh,
I don't really know what he is.
it's just what he looks like.
Yeah,
There we have a
things.
Beagle Chihuahua mix. You got one more? Boom, and done. Well, what did you think of virtual training?